welcome to another TR7 tutorial. Today we're going to be doing beanplant fakies! So first of all, for this one, although it is a beam plant fakie, it is very different to doing the beam plant like Shay taught us in that other tutorial. The reason it's different is because the board's going to be flying out and you're going to be catching it here rather than scooping it up off the floor, and you're also going to be jumping back into fakie in the ramp. So first things first with this beam plant fakie is your approach. You're going to want to drop in and go super straight up the ramp, as straight as you can possibly go. If you've got a nice wooden ramp to practice on like we have here, you've got either these lines straight up here, or you've got the whole panel. So you could try stay inside the whole panel, make sure you're really straight on the way up. It's going to help a whole lot. If you're regular, you're going to be grabbing it with your left hand on the left hand side of the nose like this, pushing it out with your back foot. If you're goofy, the exact opposite. Right hand, left foot, ta-da. So that's the first stage. You fly out and the grab on. As you fly out, you're reaching that hand down to try and grab the nose. You're planting and taking your front foot off the board and planting it on the floor. That's really important because that's your balance. And then with this back foot, you're pushing the board out like this. That's the best thing to do, because then you're ready, you're leant back a little bit to jump back in fakie, ready to go. If you're going to learn these beam plant fakies, it does involve landing back into the ramp fakie. So I'd suggest going out there onto a mini ramp or something and learning ollie fakies nice and easy, just because they're a really good one for landing back into the ramp and feeling what it's like to land back in fakie. And that's going to be essential for this beam plant fakie. So you're getting this fly out to beam plant, holding it nicely. Obviously the next stage is jumping back into fakie, but before you do that, see if you can get this beam plant foot that you're planting as close to the coping as possible, because the more close to the coping you are, the easier it is to get yourself back in, alright? The other thing you're going to want to do is lean right back, because the more leant back you are, the more in the ramp, so the more ready you are to come straight back in and land into the fakie. If you're stood up there like this, or stood straight, you're going to find it real hard to jump back in and get your weight leaning back, ready to land back on the board. So you really want to be leant back, ready to jump back in. Another essential thing for this beam plant fakie is just one hop. So when you air up into this, you want to go straight down and then jump back in. If you spend too long up here going like this, or moving your other foot about, you're going to bottle yourself out and not be able to do it. You've got to just come straight up into the beam plant, straight back in. It's honestly the best way to get your heart to actually do it. Even if you're not fully confident to commit to it first go, because it's not easy for everyone to do that, if you just fully commit to that one hop and then jump back in, even just running it out, it's going to help you get used to the feeling of the quarter pipe. Now bearing in mind, if you do end up not committing to it, you are going to then have to fight the battle to actually commit to it in the end, because that's the most important bit. It's the committing, landing back into the ramp. You want to try and land as straight as possible, so if you're jumping back and it feels like it's going to the side, chuck it out the way. It needs to be nice and straight in the ramp, and obviously you have to be leant back, because if you're stood up like this, the board's going to shoot out from underneath you and go a lot faster. You need to have your centre of gravity right over the middle, parallel with the ramp, and that's how you're going to land back in. That's beam plant fakies. I really hope this tutorial helped you to learn them. If it did, leave us a comment. If it didn't, leave us a comment. We just love to hear the feedback. If there's any tricks you want us to do as well, leave them down there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click subscribe and the little bell, and you'll always be the first to see our videos. Have a good one. Get on.